In 2002, Maria Aparecida wanted to become a mother, but she couldn't carry a pregnancy to term.
I'd have incomplete miscarriages. I needed to have curettage. The baby would stay inside, he'd dissolve, and the pregnancy wouldn't continue. And at that time, I had already lost 2 babies. And I was resting at home, and I started to watch on TV the Faith Show. I didn't know there was a church. And I felt the desire to know this church. The service, the pastors captivated me completely. There were so many healings. I wanted to go visit. So in 2002, I started to attend the main church. And I met this living God who I didn't know. I began to get strength to become pregnant again. And then I became pregnant with Maria Eduarda in 2003. She was born premature at 28 weeks. A full-term baby would be born at 38 weeks. She was born weighing 1 kilo, 120 grams.
Steadfast with Jesus and believing in his power, her daughter Eduarda grew up to be a healthy girl, and she shared her dream with her mother.
I have always liked radical sports. Since I was a child, I thought that was wonderful, and I started to skate when I was 7.
Then Maria Eduarda came and said to me, "Mom, I want to be a skater." So I said, all right. Then I also felt the desire to be a sponsor, to sponsor her as a skater. Well, my motivation was exclusively for her career.
Then I assembled my first skateboard, and I started to skate.
After that, she participated in her first championship at 12 years old, and she surprised me.
Then at the end of 2017, what happened was I took a fall during training, and I hit my knee like this. Very hard, and I ended up rupturing the ligament in my right knee.
Eduarda had an injury in the posterior cruciate ligament. If we look at the knee, when we take the kneecap out of the way and open the knee, it's back here, look. The posterior cruciate ligament. We have the anterior and we have the posterior. It's this one. This ligament doesn't let our knees slide backwards. And in a way, it's a very important ligament for the stability of the knee. It's an injury that for those who practice sports, it's very difficult to regain stability in the knee because when she does skateboarding tricks, it's as if her knee was loose.
So we went to see a specialist. When we got there, she said, "Oh, I see, you've ruptured your ligament. Well, but I don't know if your ligament will regenerate. You will need to have surgery."
But I didn't want her to have surgery, because there is a whole process. Like it or not, you take anesthesia.
Then my mom and I, we started talking, and she turned to me and said, "If you believe that God will regenerate your ligament, let's pray."
One day we were at the main church, and Pastor Jaime was leading the service, and in the middle of the prayer he said, "A person who was injured, who is an athlete, who took a fall and hit their knee, and there's a ligament." So I just poked her.
I said, "Well, this is for me, 100% sure." I think that was when God began restoring everything in my knee.
So to me, that was what I needed to hear, a certainty.
So we tried everything not to have surgery, and everything worked. We didn't have the surgery.
Then we looked for treatment. She did physical therapy for 6 months.
The fact that she opted for a non-surgical treatment, which is not wrong, means she bet on her own body's regeneration.
1 week after I had recovered, I heard the news that there would be a very important Brazilian championship.
And to my surprise, Eduarda decided to participate, and she won the championship. She is very healthy. After all she's been through, thanks be to God.
After competing in several championships, I got all of these, which is what I love the most. I have 5 trophies and I believe about 40 medals. Listen, to me, God is everything, because if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be here. Just like my mom always tells me, it's a victory to have me here.
It was so wonderful, folks.